Hi, and welcome back to the dpaf Career Question Series. Today's question comes from Sharon in Uxbridge, who says, I work for an HR department in central London, yet rather than dealing with normal HR duties, I'm constantly fielding really minor complaints from staff about sexual harassment and feel like no work is getting done at the company. I want to be supportive of the Me Too movement, but feel like it's just being exploited by everyone. However, every time I speak to my boss, she just says, all accusers must be believed. What should I do to get people refocused on the work? Well, Sharon, thanks a lot for your question. I really appreciate it. This Me Too stuff is like a cancer that's flowing through, British corporate work environments pretty much everywhere at the moment. And the heads of companies are very fearful not only of lawsuits from employees, but also sort of media bullying. They don't want to be exposed as the company that didn't believe all accusers or didn't stand up for the downtrodden. And so it creates an environment that's ripe for exploitation. So even if people haven't been harassed or just, have been harassed in a really, really minor way, some sort of joke or whatever it is, they come and turn it into a big thing because they've seen on the news, people getting, hundreds of thousands in payouts and millions in payouts in compensation. So we're incentivizing this grievance culture, and it is totally pervasive and the antithesis of a productive work environment. Companies that pander the most will go under because at the end of the day, customers are looking for a good or service that's delivered at a great price and an efficient and effective way. And if companies are calling up their customers and say, well, the reason your product's broken is because we spent all our operations time dealing with internal politics or internal grievance issues from our staff, customers are going to go elsewhere. And seems like your company's got a lot of problems. Your boss doesn't really want to tackle it because, maybe she's comfortable in her job, doesn't want to rock the boat. You get into this sort of group think where everyone's got to think the same way. And, instead of dealing with problems in a rational way in terms of what's right in front of you. So I think you're in a very difficult situation. You could perhaps try going to your very senior boss at the company, and I'm sure they're aware of the problem. And you can say, look, this is totally counterproductive to our company's success and earnings success and career success, and something needs to be done about it. If you don't think anything's going to be done about it, you probably should be looking for another job. There's going to be companies out there, that will emerge that won't pander to all this Me Too stuff, and they'll be totally focused on succeeding and out-competing the pandering companies. So I think there'll definitely be a realignment there. I think this Me Too stuff will be around, it'll end eventually, but I think it'll be around for a while longer. And so, you might look at moving. If the problem's not that bad in your company and it can be nipped in the bud, that's great. But it sounds from your question like it's quite deeply entrenched now, and there's a lot of dissent and dissatisfaction among all the staff. Precedents have been said about, so-and-so's been pandered to and so-and-so's been pandered to. So it just creates this sort of tsunami of grievance that's coming into your HR office. And, and it's a sad state of affairs. So I sympathise with where you're coming from. And I don't think there's much you can do, beyond what I've said. Take proactive action with the real company leadership. Just go above your boss, your direct line manager. You can try and corral the staff, although I think it's going to be a tough job, depending on how big the company is and your level of authority there. Or you can, move on. And, I think there's been, think about it on a macro scale. There's a big sort of withdrawal of people, talent from the corporate world in Britain who want to get away from all this Me Too stuff, and they're setting up their own businesses. They're working in the field. They're working from home, and they don't have to deal with all the politics. So there is a realignment going on that'll find its it's normal level again, I think, and hopefully that'll be in time for you. But if it isn't, the solution is in your hands. So I hope this answer helps you. I appreciate you sending the questions in. Keep those questions coming, and thanks again for watching dpaf.